Timer's ticking. Last chance to hit those likes. Let's get the party started.
Oh, what the hell? Hello. Hello, everyone. It is 4:20. Hold on. Let's jump on into the stream. Hello, everyone. Hey, I hope you're having a fantastic day, everyone. It is 4:20. Hey, Jordan. Jordan. Hey, it is 4:20. I haven't smoked in quite a bit. Can I smoke some? Can you share with me? Yes. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Come here, Jordan. Yeah, horse guy. I got you, man. Just don't get all weird on me, okay? Don't get all weird on me if you, if you decide to take a hit. Don't get all weird on me, man. All right, just be normal. Be normal. Don't be getting too scared. Prices are dumping. Don't be panic selling, bro. All right, have some. Hold up, have some. Here you go.
Well, thank you, Jordan. What the? Bitcoin is dumping. I cannot handle this. I cannot be high and Bitcoin dump. This is the worst 420 ever. I can't handle this. I am selling my whole portfolio. Look at the chat is bearish too. I can't handle this. I am seeing ghosts.
Oh, man. All right, guys, what's going on? Happy everyone out there that celebrates 420. I am not celebrating 420 today. But I probably will be eating a whole bag of black Doritos after the stream, if you know what I'm saying. If you haven't had the black Doritos yet, I'm telling you, you got to go get those black Doritos. They are absolutely phenomenal. Crypto Savvy's in the chat. He said, are you guys paying attention to the Nintendo Fractal? Which mod became Savvy in the chat? I got to know. I feel like it's John M, because I haven't seen John M in the chat. I feel like it's John M who became Savvy. And you type like John M. It's either John M or it's CH. one of you mofos it turned into crypto savvy in the chat, because I can see that you're a mod. So it's got to be one of you. Lieutenant Dan Dago, what's going on, man? Sorry to all the kids out there. For the kids out there,
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
Yeah, there you go. We'll lighten it up, everyone. Max, what's going on, bro? Good to see you, man. Psycho Pearl said rip. Psycho Pearl, we've been saying rip for the last 4 months, my man. How's everyone doing, guys? Just to mention, we did a quick poll over here. Before we get a little bit biased on this, now it's turned, obviously, but before it was more people calling for 26K than 28K. I haven't seen a bearish poll in quite a bit for Bitcoin, and the last 2 times I've seen a bearish poll for Bitcoin has been quite interesting times. So are we due for a short squeeze? Are we due for the shorts who, sort of been shorting the whole way down today? Are we due for a little bit of short squeeze, or are we going to continue deep down into the crypto abyss? Or,
Bitcoin's going to 10K.
or something like that. Who we got? Wayne is a Pepe Maxi. Nice, man. Wayne is a Pepe Maxi. Shout out to you if you get on Pepe, though. Pepe's been going absolutely hamburgers to the moon, man. You're definitely celebrating 420 today if you got in some Pepe. All right, let's check out BTC. What do we got going on the BT Sizzle today? We got some interesting things on the charts coming in here for Bitcoin and for Ethereum. Ethereum's holding up very, very well today. I'm in an Ethereum long just from this previous high, right? These previous highs that came in, each started to form a little bit of a W formation. I took a long right before the stream. Let's see if your boy gets stopped out. But, obviously, let's see what's going on this price for Ethereum. At least to get a little short squeeze. But, so Bitcoin, we're back in that old range. We were back in that range that we were chopping in for a month. Holy shit, that range was so boring. And I hope we don't go back to that range, or we're all going to end up looking, a little bit weird. We're all going to probably end up looking like this guy. Not this range again. Oh, man, I can't deal with this range without any weed. Oh my God, I don't have any weed right now. The only way I can afford some, I have $20 of Bitcoin on Coinbase. I can sell that real quick, transfer it, and then go to the ATM and take it out and buy a quick 20 bag. Okay, I gotta do it, man. I'm selling all my crypto. It's 420 after all. I can always find another 20 somewhere else, or ask my mom for a 20. She's right upstairs. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm selling my last crypto on Coinbase here. Oh, man. Drew said, should I sell now? Wait, Drew, you do whatever you want to do, man. Sell. If that's what you want to do, Drewy boy, you Drewy little cutty bear, you go and do that. All right, but no, guys, we're back in this range for BTC, which, we were in from like March 17th all the way to April 9th in this little range. Now, 28K, we got a nice little bounce off 28K. Nothing to be overly excited about just yet. To be fair, it's kind of a pussy bounce, and we've seen this all day of Bitcoin getting small little bounces and getting instantly sold off to the downside. So am I too pumped up about this move just yet? No. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. This you can look at as a big deviation to the upside, right? So if we look at this, right, we have range high, and we deviated that back into the range. I don't love that on the short-term time frames, the fact that we broke back in here. The way that I like this, and not necessarily like, you could certainly take a long here, and I kind of get why you would do it, right? Especially Ethereum. It's at a nice little level here. But I want to see Bitcoin, right? For me to be a little bit more optimistic about, say the daily in particular, I want to see Bitcoin come back up and get back above these previous highs, right? Show me some strength, BTC. I want to see some strength for you to get back out of this stupid range. I don't want to be chilling in this range again. Quite frankly, maybe we do here. We'll see. We'll see what we do. Palajek says, smoke him if you gotta. He did 420 super chat. Shout out to Palajek, man. Shout out to Palachek. Shout out to Psycho Pearl. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to Jim Bob. Shout out to the vets. Let's go, man. But no, short-term time frames, guys. I mean, I've sort of been saying this, man. I mean, the 4 hours oversold, right? 4 hour stock RSI, trying to get across back to the upside, and you're chilling at a psychological level of 28K, right? We're it's interesting level on the chart. It's not like the best support level on the chart, to be honest. But, you know, it is a level where you got to at least start looking for maybe some type of long position if you're interested in one, right? I know a lot of people are just in a short from up here. Congratulations, you're absolutely killing it if you're in a short
Strap
from up
up.
there, bro.
We're going
you
to
are
the moon.
smacking the bulls. You are taking the bulls by their balls and pulling those balls out of our bodies right now. We were kicking the Bears' balls for quite a bit, but you are literally taking the balls out of our body and squeezing those shits like a puppet master. That's what you're doing right now. You're slow bleeding that price, and I don't like that. Let's see. Whale Talk said 30K, baby. We'll see, man. We got 54% of people who think 26K is coming before 30K. Quite interesting in the poll, if I do ask so myself. There's only been a few times in this uptrend where the chat has been bearish, and we'll see if it plays out again, right? We'll see if it plays out again. But we go to the daily chart, right? Short-term time frame, whatever. Daily chart is where it gets interesting, right? Because like we said, we kind of swung fail these highs, man, right? And we kind of broke out, right? And you know, normally when you see a breakout like this, I don't want to come back into the range, right? We're kind of back into this range. Now, there's a way out of this. There's definitely a way out of this, right? We got to get back above these previous range highs, and then we can, you know, if Bitcoin starts coming back up here, great, awesome. Let's freaking go, right? I mean, at that point, the bears probably get squeezed out, and maybe we can start talking about higher prices. But the fact that you kind of swung fail these highs, you got to kind of be very cautious here, I would say, on that side. Now, we've done this before. We've done this before, and I just want to make it clear. We've done this before right here, where we had this high, right? We swung fail this high right here. And then we got a pretty big pullback from that point, right? And that was the banking disaster. That was every disaster in the book, you know? So, you know, just for fun, if we were to do something similar like that, and we just take this price action, and we just kind of overlay it this current price action, right? Pretty similar price action. That would give you like that perfect retest of about 24 to 25K. Now, am I convinced we go that low? I'm not really convinced that. So still not convinced we go that low. But just be wary that that's a possibility. We've done it on this uptrend. You know what I mean? Like, we've done it on this uptrend. So you got to be okay with it. Timothy said we need a bigger pullback. I will say this, Timothy. Bitcoin never needs anything, right? Need is a strong word. Need is a very strong word. Typically when Bitcoin's trending, it doesn't really like to have big pullbacks, right? But, you know, obviously this time it definitely could. Mr. Hart said the witch is bearish. It's ridiculous. How did I get 1 month free membership? I didn't do anything. Dude, we had so many gifted memberships yesterday. Clint did like 20. We had Hamilton did some. I'm pretty sure FOMO Not Hodl did some. I did some. There was like 50 membership giveaways yesterday. No, I think there was like 30. But like, it was absolutely insane. So if you got one, nice. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. I like it a lot. Al said absolutely going down. I know Al thinks it's going down. I know Al thinks it's going down for sure, man. I definitely get that. Now, I will say this, guys. I will say this. You know, I've sort of been saying this, right? And, you know, just to keep it 100, okay? You know, my long-term views really haven't changed, right? It's still the same. I don't even feel the need to have to say that, right? My longer-term views still stay the same. It's just that whatever price action happens in here, right? However it turns out, whether, you know, Bitcoin pulls back to 25K and then gets a bounce, or Bitcoin just bounces from where it current is and makes it high, or Bitcoin chops in here for 3 months, right? Wherever this price action is, it doesn't change the bigger picture for me, right? As long as we sort of stay above, you know, keyly, you know, the 50-week moving averages, right? Historically, when Bitcoin gets back above those, it does not drop back below unless it's just continuing into a super bear trend, right? So, like, if Bitcoin breaks down here and then breaks below the 50s, you're probably in for a deeper move to the downside at that point, right? But as long as we stay above there, you know, whatever price action happens in here, thought process still remains the same based off what Bitcoin's done in the previous cycles, right? Is, you know, whatever it is in here, whatever it's blah, 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 I still think we're coming up to these ranges before getting a pullback, all all right, to the 50 way later on next year, right? So just want to put that out there. And I kind of like these times. I like these times where the market gets super scared, right? The market's getting super scared right now. You can see it everywhere, right? All it takes is a little 10% pullback, and oh my God, you got everyone calling for 10K and 12K again. You got to love this market, man. Interactive says smack the likes. Smack those freaking likes, man. Let's freaking go. All right? Do we want to get Bob high? Let's get freaking Bob high. Where's freaking Bob today? Bob, it's 420. You want to hit?
I mean, I haven't smoked since like 1995. Like, it's been quite a bit since I was in high school, you know? Sure, why not? What's the worst that can happen? You know? Sure, give me a quick hit. Oh, man. Man. Holy shit. What the frick? Okay. Alright, I guess it's time. It's time for a little action in here, boys. Alright, we're not gonna talk about aliens today, but aliens do exist. Alright, here we go, fellas. I'm the new next big DJ. Let's freaking go, baby. Come on, get in here. Come on, sing it with me.
Look at me, take a picture, it'll last longer. The mirror on the wall say I'm getting stronger. Hey yo, the mirror don't lie. Hey yo, the mirror don't lie. Look at me, take a picture, it'll last longer. The mirror on the wall say I'm getting stronger. Hey yo, the mirror don't lie. If you want the truth, don't close your eyes. We got our back against the wall, we gotta fight back. I need a theme song, this the right track. I ain't got no cape or no superpowers. Just confidence and self-esteem, the world is ours. I believed in me when nobody didn't. This ain't no freestyle, just some facts that's written. Come on, let's hear it for the boy. He bringing pain at the same time, joy.
YouTube's gonna hate me today. I'm definitely gonna be shadow banned tomorrow. It's okay though. I can't be the only one talking about this today. You know, like I'm totally gonna be shadow banned tomorrow, like 110%. I mean, oh my God, it's absolutely crazy. Let's get those likes up to 420, man. Can we get the 420 likes on 420? That would be pretty dope. All right. So yeah, same thought process on Bitcoin, guys. It's at the current moment, I would say the weekly doesn't look great if we close like this, right? And, we got to be honest, right? The weekly, if it closes with a bearish engulfing on the weekly, which I don't like to get too up in arms about a weekly candle until like at least Sunday, until we get closer to the close, right? Because as we know in this market, anything can change. For all we know, Bitcoin gets a rise back up and it closes back above like 29K or some shit, and then all of a sudden the weekly doesn't look that bad. We've seen that a million freaking times in this market. This whole range right here was Bitcoin looking bad, looking good, looking bad, looking good, right? So let's see where we are on Sunday. But if we do close with a weekly bearish engulf, obviously not the best close, but kind of like we said, this is one kind of big no man's land for me. So like if Bitcoin comes down here, it's probably looking a little bit bearish, and this is time to sort of accumulate again. Is if we come down here. But this zone between like 32K and like 24K is sort of just like, where is the market, right? Is this going to end up consolidating here to move higher? Is it going to consolidate here to move lower? Really just kind of a weird little time right now, right? So let's let this play out, right? As always, I always like to say this: if you're feeling nervous in the markets, right? Don't let anyone make fun of you for taking profits. Don't let anyone, tell you, no, you can't take profits. You're a bitch. Don't let anyone tell you that, right? You stick to your strategy, whatever your strategy is, and just make sure if you're up big, right? If you're up 10%, you're probably like, what the frick, man, 10%. But if you're up big on maybe you got lucky on an altcoin, or maybe you're up 100% on Bitcoin from the lows, or you're up 100% on Ethereum from the lows, no problem with taking a little off the board, man, if you're feeling a little bit nervous. But I think most people are in the market right now for the halving next year, right? At this point. And we're less than a year away into the halving. which historically Bitcoin performs well at, right? So let's keep the eye on the prize, man. Right? Let's freaking do it. Anyways, my point of today was the fear is coming back into the market. And this is when, we've seen it multiple times on this pullback. Now, if we kind of look at the market right now, like I said, it kind of reminds me of this price action right here. Not necessarily like it's going to play out the same way, but like I said, it reminds me of this price action right here, where we kind of swung, failed the high, we came back in, we got a big fear kind of move down, and then price recover. It kind of reminds me of that. Obviously we'll see if it plays out any differently, but like, don't be surprised if something like that happens because, like we said, when people get fearful, people get fearful. I'm curious, guys, where do you think the fear and greed index will be at today? Right? Where do you think the fear and greed index will be at to be? It was at a 52 yesterday. This market's hilarious. Literally 3 days ago, we were at a 69, almost at extreme greed. And in 3 days, we go from that to back to neutral and getting pretty close to fear. It's so funny how this market turns in like 3 days, right? Where do you think we're at? I actually think, if I had to guess based off, the sentiment I sort of see in the market, based off what I see on this poll, 56% of people think we're seeing 26K before 30K. That makes me, I always like to say this. YouTube is usually bullish because YouTube is usually like, yeah, crypto, let's go. Like if you're watching the stream, you're most likely going to be bullish because, if you're watching crypto content, you're most likely in the markets. You most likely want markets to go up. Most likely. Not everyone. They've got some Debbie Downers and stuff. But, 56%. When I see YouTube bearish, that makes me think a little bit. Not necessarily. It's not like 100% going to bounce because 56% of people think we're going to 26K before 30K. But that's a very high number. I haven't seen that number since, really, since this banking dump, which is funny because look at where we are, man. It's just funny how fast this market switches. 3 days ago, right, we were going to the moat. Now we're done. It's funny, man. We're chilling up here at 28K, 10% down from the highs where we've had, we look at some of these dips we've had in this uptrend. We've had a 12% dip. We've had a 12% dip. We've had a 20% dip, right? We've had another 10% dip. And here we are with a 10% dip. And it's over again. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it is wrong. It is what it is. But, hey, we'll see how it kind of plays out. Bathwa said, Jordan, can we look at Beans BTC? Beans BTC? Holy shit. Beans BTC. Bath, I'll look at it just for you, brother. All right? Just for you, my man. Just because I'm sure you're out there having a good time today. Oh, that was Bear BTC. That's a sign that I typed that. All right, let's see. Beans BTC. What the hell is this, Bath? Do I have to press enter on this? It's an invalid symbol. It's an angry ghost. There's nothing that pops up on this, man. Nothing pops up on that for me, man. Shout out to John M. There's John M. He's got like 198. Let's freaking go, man. John M., I thought you were savvy. Did you change back to savvy? Clint said, just short CHC to 3 cents and you will make bank. Terrible coin. Clint's funning CHC. Should I go buy some CHC? No, I'm just playing. Clint, me and you are going to be holding hands. I said this in the Discord earlier. Me and you are going to be rubbing our calluses together with that Tesla in a little bit, man. Once it fills that gap, me and you are going to be rubbing those calluses together on Tesla. All right? But it's got to fill that gap first because you have the fear starting to come back in Tesla. I love the fear of that shit. Give me more fear. And then me and you will be running on your land. I'll be grabbing that hand and running on the land with you. Okay? I will. But yeah, so that's basically the thought process for Bitcoin. I think this, it's just that I'm interested to see where this ends up today. If this is in fear, I'm scooping up some BTC. All right, and I'm gonna break my rule to myself. If this fear and greed comes in fear, after a 10% drop, I might break my rule and buy some BTC just because. You know what I mean? Like, this market's funny, man. Let's look at Ethereum. So Ethereum, I don't actually love Ethereum's chart, man. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, doesn't mean I'm bearish on the long time frames, but like, let's look at Ethereum for what it is. You got range high, and you got the swing fail on the range high. Now we've done this multiple highs, right? We swung fail this high, we swung fail this high, we swung fail. I mean, pretty much every single high on the way up, we swung fail. You know what I mean? So, but the daily, I don't love this, right? I don't love when I see a high and a swing fail. Now, how do we change that, right? How does Ethereum, look bullish? I would say, I mean, it's very simple. You got to reclaim this high, right? So ETH's got to get back above 2030. And if ETH can get back up, if Ethereum Classic, no, not Ethereum Classic, if ETH can get back above 2030, I think it'll look pretty good in that case. But we got some work to do on little old Ethereum here. We got some work to do on Ethereum here to get out of the friggin' hole that we're in. Let's see. I bought BTC and Matic. Buy MX, it's bullish as F. Buy MX. Maybe. 100x short on ETH. No, I wouldn't do that. No, what's interesting on Ethereum though, right? This is an interesting level, right? If we zoom in a little bit on Ethereum, at some point I got to assume these shorts are going to get squeezed, right? Is it going to be here? I don't know, man. I am long from here though, right? I'm long from this point. If it breaks down, I put my stops below here. If it breaks down again, it'll stop me out, and then it'll probably pump because that's how the market works, right? Horse Guy does the same thing. He sort of sits here and he goes, "Where's Horse Guy? Where's Horse Guy? Where is he? Where is he today? Where is he?
Oh, look at Ethereum. Now, I usually FOMO, but Jordan taught me this. Okay, ETH is at support. I think I will long Ethereum here. This seems like a good point. And what could go wrong? Like nothing will go wrong. It is at support. It has to get a pump. Everyone's shorting. It has to pump. Okay, I will let you know how it goes, guys.
Dump it.
Yo, what the? Ethereum dumping. Oh, it just hit my stop loss. It is over. Ethereum is definitely going down. It is never going back up again.
Pump it.
Wait, what the frickin'? It dumped, took out my stop, and now it's pumping. What the hell is this?
Oh man, yeah, I think we've all been there. How many times has that happened to you guys, right? Where you're pretty confident in a trade, right? And then it comes back down. So it makes the W pattern. You're like, okay, you hit the lows twice. So let's get a pump. And then it comes. Oh shit, where's the Horse Guy? And then it comes down again, hits your stop, and then it pumps. And you're like, bro, what the? There's nothing worse than that, man. And then you're like, shit. Oh man, there was literally nothing worse than that happening. It happens so often, man. I think everyone's been there. It's so true. John said, stop trading and go back to smoking meth. I don't think he's smoking meth today. I don't think 420 is about smoking meth. I think 420 is about smoking weed. No. And I hope it's not. I hope people aren't like, yeah, time to smoke meth today. This is not a PG stream. This is literally not a PG stream, man. Let's see. I love Horse Guy. Mike loves Horse Guy. We all love Horse Guy. I think we all love Horse Guy, man. Horse Guy's a great guy. If I could hang out with anyone in my family here, it probably would be Horse Guy. He's so innocent. He's so down to learn stuff, and he's innocent. He's so gullible, right? He falls for every pump and dump. He's just such a sweet guy. But, unfortunately, that sweetness gets taken advantage of by the market maker. But, yeah, I mean, that's, I guess, for Ethereum here. If we don't hold this level, right? Because there's always a chance ETH just shits the bed and it goes lower, right? I guess at that point, it's tough to kind of say. I would say if I just pulled a fib from, because if you look at this last move, right? ETH retraced to the 0.5 fib, right? So from this low, and then we had the big pump, and then we retraced, we came down to that 0.5 Fibonacci. So if we were to do something similar, right? Just hypothetically, let's say Bitcoin goes lower and ETH goes lower too, right? I'm just doing a hypothetical. I am long from that point, but there's always a chance I get stopped out, right? Now, I guess if this dumps again, it's actually a kind of interesting level. This like 17, even the golden pocket. I actually kind of like the golden pocket better. That's a pretty big dump, right? It could happen, right? That's about a 13% move down for Ethereum. I guess we've seen crazier things, you know, but I guess if this level breaks, I would look for one of these for trade. I would look for either 1755 or 1666, and that's a Bitcoin like seriously gets a serious pullback to like 25K or some shit. You probably see ETH come down here, right? You know, so obviously keep that in mind. But you know, we know if we want to see ETH be bullish here, we got to get back above here, man. All right, this previous high here, we got to do it. We got to freaking do it, and we will fight for our right to pump. We got to make a new song. We'll fight for our right to pump. Oh man, Incognito said short at support. Yeah, man. Usually short net support's not great, man. To be fair, all day. You know, sometimes the market's annoying because all day today, you had people getting rewarded for shorting support all day. If you look at the 1 hour time frame, man, all day you had noobs getting so lucky shorting support, right? Noob shorting here, price keeps dumping. Noob shorting here, price keeps dumping. Noob shorting here, price keeps dumping. They haven't gotten taken out yet, right? And all these guys who are shorting here. To me, I mean, you can call it a good trade. To me, I call it kind of getting a little lucky, to be honest. But, you know, all these mofos are going to get taken out at some point. Maybe price keeps dripping down like this, right? I don't freaking know. Sometimes the market does that, and it just freaking goes down like that. And it's annoying because all the noobs that are literally shorting support get lucky. and then they get lucky. You got to think at some point these will get taken out here, right? I got to think. You know, either that or the market's fake. You know, it is what it is. Never touch. I hate when FOMO shorts work. Me too, man. It's so annoying. You know, it's like you'll short a perfect resistance and then you'll get stopped out, and then all the shorts that FOMO short make money. It's like, dude, what the hell, man? Oh, jeez. It's time for a short squeeze. That's what I'm saying, man. If it doesn't happen here, the market's fake. You know, like. All the FOMO shorts are getting rewarded at this point, you know. It is what it is. I guess the FOMO longs got rewarded for quite a bit, so maybe it's time for the FOMO shorts to get rewarded for a little bit. I don't know. I don't freaking know, man. You know, who freaking knows? Top G said it's a trap. Better be lucky than good. That is definitely true, Lieutenant Dan Daigle. That is definitely true. Crypto Savvy said, guys, I wanted to address the rumors that I bought him for bit. Why are you gonna make me read that, man? Oh my lord, guys, you can read Crypto Savvy's chat. I'm not gonna read that, man. I'm not gonna read that, bro. Going too deep. The dollar. Let's look at the dollar real quick because this has been a pain in the butt here. What the hell is this thing doing? What the frick is this thing doing? If the dollar is gonna move up, can it just freaking move up? I'm getting sick and tired of this thing just chilling right here, man. Dollar, if you're gonna move up, can you just do it and start teasing us? Because I think a big reason why the market's sort of like, oh my god, I want to get a little pullback, is because the dollar's sitting right here and people don't know, and people are scared that the dollar is going to shoot up here, right? And I think a lot of people are looking at the DXY thinking, oh shit, DXY is going to get a move up. That means Bitcoin's going to get a move down. But yet the dollar's just kind of sitting here, man. It's just kind of sitting here like a freaking hot potato, right at kind of at support. You know, it did this over here last time before it got to move up, where it kind of just chop. You were like, all right, is the dollar going to move up? Is it not? And eventually got to move up. Now you're kind of just chopping at that same level. You know, it's going to do the exact same thing again. Maybe here. You know, and maybe the obvious play is the obvious play. Maybe we're overthinking this, and it's like, okay, the dollar's at support. You know, it's gonna bounce. You know, to me that's like just such an obvious play. Maybe I'm wrong, right? But to be honest, I still think it makes sense at some point. I just don't know if it's going to be now, right? Say if the dollar just does this, it just keeps bouncing in here for like another 2 months or so, right? Bitcoin could get a run at that point, you know? You just don't know if it's going to bounce now or if it's going to take, you know, over here, it bounced down here for like a month and a half before getting a move up, you know? It's just interesting, right? We got to kind of see what happens here. To me, I think it's inevitable it gets a bounce. I mean, it's been pretty freaking sold off for quite a bit here, you know? But we'll see. We'll see. The dollar doesn't want to die. Yeah, someone's holding this shit up. All these countries are stopping using the dollar. Or they're saying they're stopping using the dollar, but the dollar's still chilling here. Either they're faking us out and taking our dollars, or you know, someone's holding the dollar up here at this level. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Yeah, but news-wise, nothing too bearish to cause the dump. Very true. Bank of Canada guy.
Basically,
here we go.
Bitcoin is clearly a scam. Cryptocurrency is clearly an idiot with no common sense. And scientifically speaking, according to a study at the Bank of Canada, more people who are financially illiterate invest in Bitcoin.
Multi said also tiresome. Bitcoin will be 40K in June. I mean, Multi, that's my thought process too, right? I think, you know, I would say I really do think if this is a fake dump, it is doing its job, right? It is doing its job because it's really getting people. This move down is really getting people riled up, man. This move down is really getting people riled up. So if this is a fake dump, which, I mean, who knows if it is? You can guess, right? I think whatever it is or not, I do think we're going higher over the course of the next couple months. It's just, is this initial dump a fake dump, right? If it is, right, and we end up getting a bounce somewhere in this region here, it's doing its job. A lot of people sold out right here, man. As you can see by the poll, 55% think 26K is coming first. You can see it everywhere, man. It's just, I mean, sometimes the herd is right, though, right? So I'm not going to be like, okay, most people are bearish here, so it has to pump. Yeah, not necessarily, right? Right? But, you know, the herd is sometimes right. You know? And to be honest, if Bitcoin did come into these reasons, I wouldn't be too upset. I would welcome a sort of a 25 or 26K BTC to be able to load up some more before the inevitable push back up that I think will be coming. Right? Who knows though? Who knows? Who the frick knows? This dump is unjustified. I can't take it. It's unjustified. Reverse. That's funny, dude. That's funny. What do you guys say in the chat? Mo with this $2 super chat. Shout out to Mo, man. Shout out to Mo. Am I right? I think that's what your name means, man. Mo, am I right? Am I right? Mo, am I right? I think I am. Franco said, I will ball you up, Jordan. 11-3. 11-3. You've got the score, too. Franco, you don't know how good my shot is if you think you're going to beat me 11-3, man. Right? Because here's the thing with me. I don't got the same athleticism I am. But if you give me a little bit of space, I will sink that shot right in your eye. Okay? I will sink that shot right in your eye, Franco. All right? Literally. Like, I will make your eyes bigger than this guy's. Okay? You can look at me like this. I dare you to shoot it. I dare you. I will shoot it right in this guy's eye. So give me a little bit of space, Franco. Give me a little bit of space. I dare you. It's over. It's over, man. 11-3. You're funny, man. You know, I don't know how good you are. Maybe you're really good, man. But you will not beat me 11-3. I'll tell you that. I'm predicting April dump more, pump in May, flipping the script. Mike, that could be the case, man. I think that's definitely the case. I think that's in the cards. I mean, we're all guessing, right? At the end of the day, you know, we're all guessing. It's all fun and games, you know. But I can see that too. I listen. That would match what we've done 2 times in the past. You know, that would match this, right? If we take, we've seen this, like, it's interesting, right? Because, you know, history doesn't always rhyme, but sometimes it doesn't always repeat, but it rhymes. We could take 2020 and, you know, if this played out like 2020, you know, that would bring you back down to like 25K-ish. Or, you know, if you want to put it up perfectly, maybe like 25, 26K, which would be a retest of those highs that we broke out from, right? Whether you want to take 2020, whether you want to take this price action we did down here too, right? If we take this price action, and we did the same thing we did there, that would also take you right back to 25, 26K, right? Whatever you're looking at, whether you're looking at that, whether you're looking at that. We've done this price action twice before, right? And it's quite interesting how, the market tends to do that. It's the classic kind of shakeout pattern, right? It's the bearish divergence on the daily, sweep the previous lows, and then pump, right? Bearish divergence on the daily, sweep the previous lows, and then sort of dump and then continue up, right? You could see something like that. If we did see something like that, that would be a dump the rest of this month, and then we would continue up in May. Or everyone gets super bearish right now, right? And we pump up here. Who the frick knows, man, right? All I know is, or not all I know, but my theory is that we're gonna see higher prices, whenever it is, later this year. I think we're gonna be up here, and a lot of people are gonna be in disbelief, like, holy shit, how the hell did we go up here, right? That's still my take. Sweep the legs. Sergio said, Jordan, falling wedge on Bitcoin on the 1 hour. Lots of fun coming. Falling wedge on the 1 hour, man. Let's see. Do we call this a falling wedge? Do we call this a falling wedge? Franco probably doesn't shut up on the basketball court either. Franco. Something tells me I'm bigger than you too, Franco, right? So you wouldn't be able to handle me in the post, right? So if you think you can guard me up top, okay, maybe you can because I'm not as fast as I used to be. But I'll tell you this, I will body you in the post, okay? I will body you in the post, Franco, all right? And you want to pull your flop and shit? You seem like a flopper. Franco, you seem like a flopper, bro. You seem like someone who gets back down and goes, oh, and flops, okay? I will body you in the post, Franco. I'll tell you right now. I don't know if I would call this a falling wedge necessarily, Sergio. I would love if it was. It's a little bit of a stretch. It's a little bit of a stretch. You could make a case, right? It's a little bit of a stretch to me to call this a falling wedge. I mean, you got 3 touch points in the bottom, I guess, and then you got kind of 3 touch points on the top. But it's listen. You know me, I want the price to go up. So if it was a falling wedge, I'd be like, fuck yeah, let's go. I probably already have it on the chart. But it's a little bit of a stretch here to say that. Guys, which John Wick is the best John Wick? I need to know right now. Which John Wick movie is the best John Wick? I watched John Wick 1. I'm going to be honest, guys. I told you guys this. I think John Wick 1 was a little bit overrated. A lot of people would give that movie like a 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. I don't think it was bad. Don't get me wrong. But I would probably give John Wick 1 an 8. I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8. But I don't see the 10 out of 10 reviews for John Wick 1. The first one? That's not good. John Wick 1? Judge Bible said John Wick 2? John M, I didn't watch the game yet, man. I didn't do it. The first one? So I'm seeing 1 and 2. So seeing number 2 is a good sign. I'm seeing everyone saying number 1 and number 2. So that's good. That is very good. My favorite John Wick movie was Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump! Run, fella, run! Run, fella! That dude is fast. Freaking Forrest Gump, bro. That dude was flying down the street. So unrealistic, man. Somehow he can't walk, and then he's like the fastest person in the whole thing. Let's see. Third's good for sure. All right, so number 1 and number 2 are the best. That's a good sign. That's a good sign for. We're probably going to watch John Wick number 2 tonight. So, that is a good sign. I just didn't want to hear that number 2 was terrible. All right. So we've talked enough for Bitcoin on the daily, guys. Obviously, we're feeling kind of bearish. We got 750 votes. 55% of peeps think 26K will come before 30K. Herd could be right this time. Who knows? Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're not right. More often than not, they're not right, but there's obviously a leeway to that. especially in the short-term time frames, right? Anyways, enough about Bitcoin. We talked about Ethereum. The interesting thing on the chart, guys, I will say this, and maybe this changes, I don't know. ETH dominance continuing to the upside, right? And Bitcoin down about 2% on the day, and you actually have Ethereum that's up about 1% on the day. Very interesting day today. Now, ETH dumped more than Bitcoin yesterday, so it might just be catching up, but ETH dominance catching a little bit of another bid here. Now, I wouldn't get too excited over this to be like, oh my God, ETH is going to continue its run to the upside like crazy, right? But it's interesting that ETH dominance kind of catching another bid. My favorite saying, catching a bid right off this previous high that I had before, right? So it's almost like rise, retrace, right? Back tested this level. Will you see ETH dominance actually break out, or is this it? I'm curious. For ETH dominance there. And I actually don't want it to go up. I want Bitcoin dominance to go up, man. Because I know if Bitcoin dominance goes up, this is a true rally. Bitcoin dominance not looking great here. It's not looking too good. But that doesn't mean altcoins go up. That could mean that people are moving out of Bitcoin into stable coins, right? Because think about it this way. If people are selling their Bitcoin, that's going to make, dominance go down. Into stable coins, that's going to make dominance go down even more. You know what I mean? So just because dominance is going down does not mean stable coins. That does not mean that altcoins are pumping, right? That's the worst case scenario is dominance goes down because people are selling Bitcoin and altcoins into stable coins, right? So we don't want to see that. We don't want to see that scenario. The best case scenario for the bulls is dominance continues up because Bitcoin's outpacing altcoins. That's the best scenario, right? And obviously altcoins got shattered yesterday. not the most fun day for altcoins. After a few days of green, they came down. So who's in here? Mo, what's going on, man? BTC broke mid a Bollinger Band on the monthly in max 12 months, which is going to be in May, pumping above 32,200. We'll look at the Bollinger Bands in the monthly for sure, man. But yeah, dominance kind of just not looking too great here. It actually kind of looks like a swing fail and then another retest. I don't know. We'll see what happens with dominance, man. I want this to go up, though. If you're a bull, you want dominance to go up on Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance to go up. I think Bath's a little baked. I think Bath's a little baked. I think Bath is kind of looking like this guy today, Yeah. My favorite John Wick movie is Forrest Gump. Have you seen it? No, you haven't seen Forrest Gump? Well, yeah, my favorite John Wick movie is Forrest Gump. Oh, man, what's Jordan talking about? He's talking about Bitcoin. Oh, man. Can we talk about aliens and Forrest Gump? I think that's what Bath looks like today in the chat. All right. Excuse me. I'm baked like a goddamn lasagna. Oh, Lord. Like a goddamn lasagna. I'm going to be having, for me today. for me today, I'm just having some rice and chicken, Rice and chicken today. I'd probably get some chips too. By some chips, I mean a whole bag. I always say, I was going to get a small bag of chips. No, we get the giant bag and we eat it in one sitting. I never get a small bag. And we can't just eat half the bag. You gotta, if you get a whole bag of chips, you got to eat the whole thing, right? You start out with, I'm just going to have a few. And then a few turns into a quarter of the bag, and then a half. And once you get to half the bag, you're like, at this point, you might as well eat the whole bag, That's the life of a foodie, I guess. Some of you guys would understand. All right. So I guess the other thing I would talk about is total market cap at a very important level here. This is pretty big, right? Total market cap. Excuse me, guys. I'm still a little bit coffee, man, but I can tell it's getting better. Like it's no longer my nose. It's just the cough, right? At this point, I kind of sound normal today, right? I sound more normal than I have the last week, which is good. It's just the cough now, which is slightly annoying, but it's fine. Total market cap. Look at where you are. You're at the August highs, and you're at the March highs, right? You see what we did here. You know, this is so frustrating, man. Sometimes the market's like this, where it's like, oh my God, yes, you know, we broke out, we back tested the 50 moving average, and then we get a very convincing breakout candle, and then it just dumps back down like a little bitch. You know what I mean? Like, you're like,
Strap up, we're going to the moon.
and then you're like,
Bitcoin's going to 10K.
in a span of a week, right? So breakout, came back down. But if you notice where we're at now, this is pretty big level, man. Like, we're going to want to hold this on a weekly close here, in my opinion. And because if you notice, like, we tapped right off that level today. Look, we tapped right off those weekly highs today. You see that? Right at 1.14 trillion. Boom, breakout, back test. So, like, we're going to want to hold this, right, on the weekly close. Whatever we do, if we dump the rest of the week and then we close above, perfect. But, you know, definitely a close above this would be phenomenal. A close below would not look great, at least on the weekly. So let's see what we got. But so far, so good. We are kind of holding that level here, which is cool. And we're still above the 50 moving averages. So it's like, okay, cool. You know, so not too much to really say about this. Just want to note that we are right at support. So, like, we're going to want Bitcoin, we're going to want Ethereum to get a bounce from their current levels, or you could see a little bit bigger of a retrace into this, like, 50 moving average cloud down here, you know? So just keep that in mind. There's no way he did that without, let's see. Yeah, BB skipping his court case. What is that, man? Listen, I don't want to make too much comments, man, because, you know, he seems like kind of a volatile guy right now. You know, like, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, if you have a court case, you kind of show up to it, man. Like, you know, I don't know. It's just me. Like, it's cool to be like, yeah, I'm the man. I'm skipping. It's like in school, right? Yeah, I have detention. I'm skipping. How'd that work out for you? Then you end up getting 3 detentions. You know, it's like just go to detention. Like, Lord, it is what it is. They got to be good at something. I guess so. Let's see. They got to be good at something. Yeah. Jordan's scared of Bitcoin. Not that I'm scared. It's just half the crypto market has gotten sued. You know, so I'm not trying to get sued. You know, like, there's a certain point. You know, you got to kind of chill out. You know. All right, so 1943. On little old Ethereum here. Not the best bounce so far, but, you know, we're kind of just chilling on this. We can look at altcoin charts. I don't think looking at altcoin charts is, like, you know, necessarily the greatest thing for us to look at, especially, you know, they're going to cloud your judgment, right? Because just know this. Crypto runs through Bitcoin. Focus on the Bitcoin chart, right? Altcoin charts are going to flood your judgment with, like, oh my God, they got a massive dump yesterday. They look really, really bad. Just understand that crypto runs through Bitcoin, right? So, like, almost like do your TA on altcoins based on Bitcoin, because they're going to follow Bitcoin, right? Altcoin charts are altcoin charts. They pumped for a couple days. They dumped, right? We can look at a few big ones here. What's a few ones? Like Doge, you know, sort of had a couple good days, and it's come back down to where it was before. Algo, which has the FUD. I don't really count this one. Algo kind of pumped for a little bit. Then it had the Gary Gensler FUD. Shot back to the downside. OP, you know, kind of broke out, back tested. You know, interesting little level on here on OP, by the way. Let's see if this can hold. But you get the point, guys. Like ADA, pumped, dumped back down. It's just that kind of market right now. Like breakout on AVAX, dump back down. You saw this on so many of these, man. Where like, oh, they break it out, whoa, boop, back down. This is why it's important to be precise on altcoin buys, right? Make sure you're getting in at support levels, key support levels, right? And not make sure we're not buying breakouts. Buy breakouts, you know, we get a little bit hit hard. But if we're buying supports, you know, key supports, right? Key supports, you know, it is what it is, I guess. George is building a Gensler a new house. Is he? Nice, man. George of the Jungle is coming in hot. George of the Jungle. Doge Rocket exploded. It's over. Dude, Pepe is pumping. Doge Rocket. You got freaking every meme coin going on, which is definitely when it, you know, it's we always like to say this. You know, when Pepe started pumping, you know, when Pepe started pumping like 100%, 100,000% to the upside, you know, it's you're maybe not, it doesn't necessarily mean the top is in, but it definitely means that you need a dump to sort of get retail scared again. You know what I mean? Like when you got Pepe, do we have Pepe on here? Pepe coming out here. Do we have a Pepe guy? Yeah, we do have Pepe. Nice. Let's see. Let's get, we got a little Pepe sad face. No. Pepe the Frog. No. Get a good Pepe on here. Come on, give me a good Pepe. Holy shit, that's creepy. That is creepy. But yeah, dude, when you got Pepe pumping 100%, I guess you are in the need for a little bit of a correction, I guess. You know, like I said, not necessarily mean the top is in, but just to scare retail from like not wanting to get into a meme coins, right? When retail feels too confident to get, I'm going to buy Pepe when it's up 10,000%. That, you know, I guess that is a kind of a warning sign, I guess. You know, let's see. Bassett, if you're new to brand new to meme coins, note that spot positions can get liquidated. Oh Lord, Lordy. Let's see. That's a tongue over there, boy. It's a big tongue over there. Big tongue over there, boy. All right, what else do we got, guys? What else do we got cooking in here? Some of you guys asked for some stuff. Mo, Adeline said, check Ren, my guy. Let's check out Ren for Mo in the chat. Not for Mo. Mo's the second guy. Shout out to Adeline. Let's check out Ren. Check out a few altcoins you guys asked for. This one's choppy, bro. Like, look at how choppy this chart is, man. It is just so choppy. Look at this, man. Since January, you're just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I think we had a little bit of like a... We look at like a weekly... What were we looking at with this? We were looking at something on this. Like a little daily parallel channel coming in here, right? Over the course of time. You're kind of at the top side, so it's like, okay, you're at resistance. You got to kind of respect resistance here. But yeah, this one is just choppy as a freaking mofo. You know, look at this thing. I guess you could maybe say you're some type of diamond pattern in here, right? I guess. Some type of little diamond pattern. Whoop, whoop. Like this. We got a little whoop. Right? We got a little whoop. You know, maybe we got something like that coming on and we're about to head back down. We'll see, man. It's going to follow BTC, right? And I guess right now, you know, BTC could see a little short-term move up, you know. But to me, you gotta kind of be like a little bit cautious here for BTC until you can at least get back above these range highs, right? So for me, it's like, okay, this Ren bounce here and come back up and test this and then come back down, you know. But you're at resistance, so I gotta say it's probably more likely that this does come down from this point. You know, at least to retest like these major support levels here, right? At least to retest there, right? Maybe it doesn't have to dump back to the oblivion, but at least to like these levels here, like 8 cents or so, you know? But yeah, I mean, as I said, this is a more just like a sideways range here for the most part. BTC follows Pepe coin. Hell yeah, man. Mo said BTC are the monthly Bollinger Bands. Let's see. Said we broke the monthly Bollinger Bands. On my chart, we did not break the monthly Bollinger Bands. We actually just missed out on it, which it was about 32,496. Let's see. Yes, we did not break it on this chart, man. We did not break the monthly Bollinger Bands here. Historically, right, the 2 times that we're on the monthly Bollinger Bands and we retested those, we didn't really find any resistance there. We actually got a move back above them and then held it as support, right? So like I said, we moved up, back tested as support, we went higher, right? We went up, back tested as support, we moved higher. Right now, like I said, we're kind of right below, right? But historically, if we were to follow the same little path, it's test the bottom, move above the middle to the top, right? Test the middle, and then continue up, right? It's kind of what we've seen here, at least historically. You know, bottom, above the middle, back test the middle, up, right? Bottom, above the middle, back test the middle, up. You know, it's on the monthly time scales, right? So, you know, it doesn't have to happen this month. It could happen next month. It could happen the month after that, you know? But we're kind of right below that monthly Bollinger Band level, man. But historically, that hasn't been resistance, so we'll see. May is a breakout in 6 to 12 months. Hopefully, dude. Hopefully. We're all being patient here. Most of us are being patient, you know? The bears are definitely coming out the woodwork, though, I'll say, at least in the short term. I get it though. I'm not oblivious to it. I get the swing fail on Bitcoin. I get the swing fail on Ethereum, and I can get the where you would think this is going. You know, wherever you think it's going to go, right? It's just that we've seen this twice. We've seen it in 2020, long consolidation, move up, long consolidation, dump back down to retest the previous highs, move up, right? We've seen it. Just this year, right? Right over here. Long consolidation, move up, consolidation, move back down, retest, continue up, right? Very, very common pattern, actually. But time will tell. Time will tell. And I love these times because we got the new fear and greed. Let's see where we're at, guys. Before I update this, put in the chat. From 0 to 100, where do you think the fear and greed will be at today? Yesterday was at 52, right? Just to give you a little hint. Yesterday it was 52. Put in the chat, where is the fear and greed going to be at? I'll give you guys 20 seconds, and then we'll look at this. Bitcoin, we closed on the daily time frame. We closed at a measly 28,225 on the charts. Let's see if we're fearful. You think we're fearful, guys? Do you think that we're horse guys right now? Right?
Oh my God, I am fearful. Bitcoin has dropped 10%. The market is done. This market is done, so.
Or do you think we're all George? You know, I am George. We're all George. Guys, I will say this. I am still very bullish, and I think we're going to the moon still. I think we're going to see 60K by June still. I stand by that. You know, like, what do we think we are? Let's see. 45, 50, 53, 42, 45, 46. All right, let's see. I've seen a lot of 50s, not 70s. You guys are crazy. Let's see where we're at, man. Let's refresh. 50. Wow. I'm shocked. I am deadly shocked. I am shocked that it's still a 50. You know, maybe it needs time to sort of, you know, catch up to the sentiment. I am shocked that we're only at 50 here. I would have thought that we would at least be in the 40s. I am deadly shocked. Wow. I am baffled, actually. Baffled by that. I wanted to buy some fear, but maybe I have to wait a little bit for more fear to come in. Let's see. 50. That's crazy. Whale said, I started watching more George because of this stream. Shout out to Whale Talk. Hey man, George has a strategy, you know. If it works for him, it works for him, you know. Just basically, you know, I guess, I mean, like, I always say this, like, you know, it's one thing to be a perma bear, but it's another thing to be a perma bull, right? I mean, over the course of the history, Bitcoin does move up, you know. It's just, it depends on when you get into the market, right? The longer you're in this market, the more you kind of understand how it kind of just ebbs and flows, you know. But it just ebbs and flows. It's like a wave. It just seems to always do the same shit. So like, I get it. Like if you're in this market a long time, right? A lot of people become one Bitcoin maxis. A lot of people understand that. It's just like, you know, over the course of time, you're better off being a perma bull than a perma bear, right? On anything, stock markets, right? Crypto, real estate, you know, like you're going to have your years where it's bad. You're going to have maybe a couple of years where it's bad, possibly, right? But over the course of time, it's gone up, you know. It just makes sense because, you know, unless you hit sometime like the freaking depression, you know, which a lot of people are calling for a depression this year, which I think is quite fascinating to say so. I've been in this market since Nam. Brian said, you understand the manipulation after a while. Facts, Brian. Listen, if you can ride the manipulation, ride the manipulation. You don't think stocks are manipulated? If you don't think stocks are manipulated, you're crazy, bro. Because they're regulated, they're not. Please, stock market is manipulated as well. You know, maybe not in the way that you think, but you don't think that insiders, you know, on the S&P and insiders on crypto were told that, you know, rate hikes were coming, you know, way beforehand, so people were given an opportunity to sell, right? And you think it's a coincidence that markets have been moving up while everyone else is panicking because people behind the scenes know what's coming? You know what I mean? If you don't think that, you know, everything is manipulated in this world, you know, it is, because why wouldn't they manipulate it? Everyone lives in greed, you know. Let's see. Target for the longest 29.9. Let's freaking go, nuts flush. Let's go, man. We're about to flush some nuts. Let's freaking
Strap
go.
up. We're going
I'm long
to the
on
moon.
ETH right now. I'm long on ETH. Me and Nuts Flush are about to flush some nuts together. Shout out to Nuts Flush, man. I love my little heated rivalries with people, you know? It's all fun and games, you know, because I always like to say this. I like being right. Everyone likes being right, you know? When you're on the opposite side, you kind of... But me and Nuts Flush, I guess we're in the same trade right now. Nuts Flush is looking for 30K. ETH, I'm looking for a retest of this level right here, 2030, which is basically just this previous high from over here in August, you know? So let's freaking go, Nuts Flush. Let's get this shit, boy. Come on, man. And then I'll probably actually try a short from there. I hope I get stopped out. The best thing about shorting is, like, you know, if we come up here, I'll probably try a short here if we do get up there. You know, and then I honestly, I hope I get stopped out and we just freaking crush it. But like, the best thing about it is, okay, if we dump, cool, we got a short. If we blow through it, cool, we're bullish. You know, it's one of those things. It's one of those things. Let's see. I'm looking for 1,000 profits. Nice, Anderson. We all want 1,000 profits, man. I think we all do. All right, dominance now is coming back up. Interesting. We want to see Bitcoin dominance go up, like we said, guys. Like, if you're bullish, you don't want to see altcoins outpacing Bitcoin. I know we got caught up with, like, oh, okay, we want to see altcoins outpace Bitcoin, but we want to see dominance go to the upside on the shots. Let me see total 3. Did we got total 3 yet? I don't think we did. Total 3? I don't really like total 3's chart. To be quite fair, I don't like the breakout coming back in. Now, basically, for this chart to look good this week, we're gonna have to reclaim some of this candle here. Like, we're gonna need this to get back above this all-time high trend line. At the very least, at least hold the 50 moving average band. At least hold that 50 moving average band at the very least. But I want to see this retrace a little bit for alts, but you know, we'll see what happens with this. I would say, right as it stands right now, if we close like this, I don't love that. I don't love that on total 3. It could change quick. You know, it could definitely change quick. Let's see. He said you just got here. You have a long in? Yeah, at Ethereum, man. We're long ETH. Or I'm long ETH. You guys do whatever you want to do, though. You know, today was the reason why is I look at like Bitcoin's chart and I'm like, dude, all these shorts that came down here have just FOMO'd and they all gotten paid. You know, look at this. You shorted support, you won. You shorted support, you won. You shorted support, you won. You got to think all these guys get taken out, man. All these, you know, these guys, like, this was the time to get short here. right? In theory. And you can argue here, too, was a nice little back test of this range. But all these guys, they FOMO shorted. And they got lucky there. I think the market's going to make them pay now. I think this is going to rise back up. And at least make them pay. Maybe we don't make new highs on this run up, but at least take out these guys. You know, at least take out these guys who were FOMO shorting all day, and it worked out for them. You know, same thing on Ethereum. Like the FOMO shorts won all day today. You know, like you FOMO shorted this low, you won. You FOMO shorted, really you could say this low, you kind of won too. It's about time for a short squeeze. And then we'll play it year by year after that. We'll see if we continue higher or we get rejected. That's why we take it level by level, my friends. Short at support. Almost time to buy again. Buy Sol again. Mike, let me look at Sol, man. How has Sol been doing? Is Sol loving the Sol? Is it hurting the Sol? Where's Sol on this list, bro? We got too much shit in this list. Let's see, where's Sol? Yeah, I mean, if we can get a nice little, if we can get something like this where Sol comes down and sweeps this low, yeah, that'd probably be a good buy opportunity right here, right? Even if it comes lower than that, right? If Sol takes out this low, that would be fantastic, But hey, any type of move like that, obviously longer term outlook. I think would be a good long-term position, right? If you can get Sol back down here, it's probably a good long-term position. You can always chop in here, come down here later again. But for the bigger picture, right? As we always like to say, at some point, you can wish for lower prices, but you got to grow a pair of nuts at some point, It's easy just to call for lower, but you got to grow a pair of nuts at some point, What's Sol's uptime now? Bath, I have no idea, bro. I have no freaking clue. It's been a while. I'm pretty sure. If Sol could just not go down, to me, if Sol would just not go down, Sol would probably be the next. I mean, that's a tough ask. If Sol never went down, it would probably be the number 2 layer 1 in my opinion. Besides ETH, and then ETH for just the ecosystem, and then Sol, in my opinion. But the problem is it's hard to ask. Sol can't go down. Sol the next day. Excuse me? Did you just tell me I can't go down? Oh, okay. Now I'm gonna go down. That's what she said. Now I'm gonna go down. All right. You can't tell me, Solana, what to do. All right. Get out of my ecosystem. Get out of here. I'm going down just to spite you now. You can't tell Sol not to go down. Shit, man. You can't do that. Holy shit. Sol still would have got screwed. Hell yeah. Sol got absolutely screwed by FTX. They got effed by FTX. Holy shit. Leroy said, almost sold at the exact bottom, but someone here saved me. You sold at the exact bottom? At the exact bottom. Yeah, man. I mean, listen, just based off volume, man. I mean, listen, I'd like to obviously bring this up, but just based off pure volume, when, when were the times that most people sold? Bitcoin, at least, right? On this candle, if you look at some of the bigger volume cells, right? The bigger volume cells always come in at the bottom. Just for reference, guys. Like, if you ever see one of these massive capitulation candles, you better be buying that, just for future reference. Like, if we go back to any of these huge capitulation candles, you've almost always seen a bounce, right? Look at this candle right here. That was the Pico bottom. You had the June candle, which was this candle, right? About 22K. You guess you wicked down a little bit, but you ended up getting a bounce from that point. This candle here, which was this giant wick. If you bought that one, you got a pretty good return on that bounce. And you have to go all the way back to frickin' the China dump. You bought that. You got freaking paid on that one. You know? This one right here. This giant volume dump was right here. That was right before Elon bought Bitcoin. Boom. Right? So ever for future reference, if you see a giant volume candle like that and you're bearish after that, listen, you're probably a little bit
Stupid.
yeah, I mean, like, if you see a giant capitulation like that, you better be bullish next time, man. I don't want to be sitting down like here, right, or here, and seeing people be bearish again after giant capitulations. You know, it's just funny, man. And same thing at the highs. You know, like if we see, obviously we're nowhere near high volumes just because people aren't interested at the moment. But if we see, like, look at the volume, like this is lack of volume on this pump, ridiculous. But even at the highs, man, if you see volume come in, actually the volume actually wasn't that high at the highs. You know, to be fair, the highest volume was actually here. You know, that was actually the highest volume. You know, and you could argue like you could argue that this whole market was manipulated at these highs by, you know, by other, you know, we know who it was, right? You could argue this distribution pattern was manipulated here. You could argue this second run up was manipulated. Just look at the volume, you know, the peak of the volume actually came in on this like 40K pump right here. You know, it's interesting. It's interesting going back and looking, you know. Let's see. Analysis paralysis. Analysis paralysis. Let's see. Let's see. Before this last move up, we saw 1 billion printed and just saw again. Yeah. Different exchanges show different volume. That is definitely very true, man. You know, that is definitely very true. I'm waiting for that next volume push down though. This little bank dump actually wasn't very high volume on that bank dump. But look at the volume. Look at the sell volume coming in the last 2 days. Like, that's some pretty hefty sell volume coming in. That was about the same volume that we had on the dump that we had that banking day, right? Right before that we pumped back to the upside, right? Right here, this day, March 10th. You had volume that came in that was highest volume sell-off on this whole move up to that point. And you can see the last couple days, last 2 days, pretty good volume on those dumps, right? This move. If we see like one more big flush dump and it has a big wick and you see a big volume spike, that's probably real, like, okay, that's the low, you know? We haven't really seen that yet though. Let's see. Sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis. Yes. Psycho Pearl said, look at PolyX. 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 Let's look at some PolyX. I got a pump song for you, boy. It's the only pump song we get today. Just one. This Uno pump song. Come on! PolyX, nice move though. 16.46. Can't say too much about it other than, okay, cool, you broke out. Just know that we've seen many altcoins recently break out and then come right back in. You know? So let's go, Psycho Pro. Nice move, man. You probably, at this point, let me zoom in a little bit. Yeah, you got bearish div on the 1 hour. Do you dare short this? You could. You got a little bit of bearish divergence coming in on the 1 hour time frame after a big pump, right? So losing a little bit of steam. Losing a little bit of steam in here, right? So if there's ever a time for this one to pull back, it's probably going to be sometime soon as you're losing a little bit of steam with lower highs coming in the RSI, higher highs coming in price. But, you know, obviously, crypto's crypto. All I wouldn't do is I wouldn't be buying this right here, you know? But, nice pump. Let's freaking go.
Strap up.
Take
We're
that all
going
day,
to the
man.
moon.
Poner kills all trolls. When? When moon, man? That's what I'm asking. When freaking moon? I just want moon, man. Hoping this little ETH pump, ETH gets a little pump here. Bitcoin too, man. Bitcoin, obviously Bitcoin and ETH. I'm hoping for a little bit of moves up here. Mike said, Jordan, look at MX. Let's look at MX. MX, let's freaking get busy. Oh, my Lord. This is the MEXC token, right? This is the MEXC token, man. Man. I mean, MEXC's been a hot new exchange, man. Right? You got a lot of people using MEXC now. I've recently started to use it a little bit too. And it's really, really nice. So I guess since December, it's freaking killed it. Now, I think they're implementing KYC, right? I mean, you guys could do whatever you want to do with that. But, you know, yeah, this one's definitely going nuts, man. See, you broke out here. You broke out of that. But this is a new... How old is this? How old is this bad boy? Man, this thing goes back far, huh? Damn! Weekly chart is nice on this. It's just a constant uptrend, right? Yeah, 2018, boom. 2018, boom. Then you had 2020, boom. 2021, just looks like a, you know, rise, consolidation, pump. Rise, consolidation, rise, consolidation. Yeah, this one looks ready to send. You know, it doesn't really seem like it cares about what Bitcoin's doing either. But, you know, like as always, as long as Bitcoin doesn't get sent back to the shadow realm, aka below 25K, this one looks really, really nice. Right? This one looks really, really nice. Weekly's getting a little up there on the RSI. At some point, this probably cools down. It's probably when you test these highs right here. You probably come up and test these highs. Boom. Right? Weekly's probably going to be a little bit overbought at that point. You probably get a little bit of a pullback. Right? Probably test like the 50 on the weekly. And then maybe you go again, depending on what Bitcoin's doing, right? But this one looks very nice. Very, very, very nice. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Let's see. 4 resistance hits. Yeah. You don't break on the 4th one. Shit. Is anyone on Nostr from here? I don't think so, man. I've never used that. I've heard a lot of people use a Nostr lately. Excuse me, man. I am burping like crazy, dude. Space Monkey, what's going on, man? Let's see. Decentralized social media. Decentralized social media. If that the problem with decentralized social media is, how do you get people to go? How do you get normies to use decentralized social media? That's the problem. Social media, you need people, right? Everyone uses Facebook, right? Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. How do you get normies outside of crypto into a decentralized social media? That's the problem with that one. You know, it's a cool idea, right? So people can have freedom of speech and whatnot. People don't have to worry about what they say. There's also an issue with that too. You know, is there probably gonna be a lot of hate speech on that because people can say whatever they want to say. It's decentralized. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I think social media is one of those things that it's like, I think decentralization is good, but you also need a little bit of moderation. You know what I mean? Like, or else everyone's just going to be hate keyboard warriors typing away at each other, you know, in there and going freaking crazy. Decentralized social media is dead before it started. Yeah, man, you're going to have all the Karens. The problem with decentralized social media is, especially in today's age, maybe it would work 10 years ago, but to today's age, you would go, oh my God, you could say whatever you want in here. I can't have my kids on this site. You have people spreading hate speech. Hate speech. Oh my God, this thing is criminal. This is criminal. I'm going to start a fundraiser to get this taken down. You know, it's like, there's no such thing as freedom of speech anymore. It's basically freedom of speech, but if you say something I don't like, you're getting canceled, which is basically not freedom of speech. You know what I mean? It defeats the whole purpose of freedom of speech. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Moderation is key. True. Wayne said, I'm back. I had to mow the front yard with 0 turn. Nice, dude. The whole site would be a COD Modern Warfare 2 lobby. Exactly. Let's see. Lynn said, you're all wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong on many different things in my life, man. Listen, like, I'm wrong every day about something. Like today, I picked up an apple and I thought it was a kiwi, you know, and I was wrong. It wasn't a kiwi. It was an apple, you know. The other day, I was walking down the street, you know, and I tripped over a curb, you know, and you know, maybe you know, I thought there wasn't a curb there, but I was wrong. I tripped over the curb, you know. I've been wrong about many different things. Stark said, Jordan, you don't understand what is coming. Wait till the sailor rug. I'm ready for that, man. You know, I've heard this narrative before. Because sailor's at break even right now, or it was at break even, right? My thing is, you know, and I've heard other people say this too, so this is not all coming from me, but you got to think eventually sailor's going to sell, right? Do we really think that he's going to be diamond hands forever? I don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe he is going to be diamond hands forever. But, you know, my thing is, and this could be a reason why Bitcoin gets rejected from these retracement levels. Because we know that big institutions, stuff like that, they look at Fibonacci levels, right? And they big players sell at important Fibonacci levels, right? What happens when Bitcoin gets back up here, right? Do a lot of the big players, you know, take profits or even sell their crypto up here, you know? What happens if Bitcoin goes to new all-time highs at some point? Does MicroStrategy sell? You know? Or do they hold forever? You know? When does Tesla sell? Does Tesla sell here? Does Tesla sell over here? You know? When do these big mofos sell some of their crypto? Is Coinbase going to hold forever? Is Binance going to hold forever? I don't know, man. I'll tell you this, Bitcoin goes to like 90, 100K. I bet they're thinking real hard about selling some of their crypto, man. You know what I mean? Like, to be up 3x on like $20 billion, you're thinking real hard of taking some of that out. You know? It'll be pretty crazy, man. I think if you're betting on the death of the dollar, you won't sell. True. I don't know, man. The dollar is an interesting point. Like, I just don't know what to think about the dollar here, man. Because, all right, the chart, if this was any chart, I would think, okay, this is bullish, right? I would think, okay, you got daily bullish divergence, right? You got daily bullish divergence at a major support level. If I was looking at a chart, I would say dollar looks pretty freaking bullish right here. You know what I mean? You know? So it's like, you know, does the dollar get a bigger move up that we're even expecting? Or does it just get a little retrace up here? At the same point, is this just so obvious? Is this just so obvious, you know, where, I don't know, the bottom falls out on it for some reason. I don't know. Who the frick knows, man? The dollar's at a critical level. Like, if you don't hold this and it starts dipping back down again, the dollar's going to get absolutely trounced. You know what I mean? It's going to get sent back to the shadow realm. You know? It's interesting. You know, I have to be non-biased on this, right? Obviously, I want Bitcoin to go up, so I want the dollar to go down. But if I'm non-biased, I would say the dollar has a higher chance to bounce here. I hope I'm wrong. You know? I hope I'm wrong. But if I'm being non-biased, you know, and putting all my biases aside, probably bounces, you know. Let's see. Juan is a thin Ponzi. No one wants that crap. True. Two Wolves said dollar is invincible because we all got to eat and sleep. The floors are caving in on USD. Yeah. But like that doesn't mean it has to do it now. Like I said this before, the dollar could just do this. Right? It could just kind of slowly go sideways and then later on get a bounce. Because we all think the dollar has to pump or dump. What if it just goes sideways forever? Like for a long ass freaking time. Like it's done that before. You know? Like this period where it's going up, but it's mostly going sideways for a long time, right? Or, you know, if we look at some of these circumstances, like back here in like 2014, 2015, just go sideways for a long time, you know? You could just do something like that. Like the dollar doesn't have to go up or down. What if it just stays like in this range? What if it just stays here, right? Maybe it comes a little bit lower at some point, maybe like down here. What if it just does this? Maybe it gets, you know, goes down a little bit more, Bitcoin gets a small bump up, or it goes sideways, Bitcoin gets a small, you know, Bitcoin still goes up a little bit, and then it rises, right? Bitcoin dumps, and then it comes back down again. Bitcoin has its halving run, you know, like what if it just does this? Certainly could be the case too, you know. Bank pressure all day today, Bitcoin no rocket though. We need Bitcoin rocket, bro. Bitcoin's coming back down again. ETH's coming back down a little bit again here. 450 days of sideways. I don't even try to predict long-term charts anymore. You know. There's 3 shots for you, John. Yeah. Bullish trap again. Send it to 0. Send it to 0, man.
Bitcoin's going to 10K.
Holy guacamole. All right, guys. What did Chris say in the chat? Can you check radar, please, broski? I got you on radar, man. I got you on radar. Let's see what's going on radar. Is it doing what Bitcoin's doing, or is it doing something a little bit different? Let's see. Oh, hey, Lord. What's going on with this? What is going on with this bad boy? Man. This one, I think I'm on the right one, right? Radar, DAP radar. This one is breaking these previous lows. You kind of had a little head and shoulders going on here, right? Boop, head, shoulders, right? Now you want to see, now this is the key, right? Most will say, okay, I'm going to short now because it broke down. You could do that. Go ahead. Not my strategy, but now you want to see, okay, if it comes down, does it get rejected, right, on the retest? Because it's going to retest. It's going to retest. You have a low here. Probably bounces off that low. Are you going to retest this? The key is, do you retest? And you get rejected, this will probably make a fresh low if that's the case. If this, sort of breaks down, comes back up, and then it reclaims, and then you find support here again, that's the point where you want to get in and be like, frick yeah, let's freaking go, right? I assume you're already in. So like what you need to watch for now is the retest. I doubt it just dumps like this, right? If it does, I mean, that's just bad luck. But, on the retest, does it get back above or does it not get back above, right? Because like this could either be super bullish or not. Everyone would look at this price action as, oh, this is super bearish. But if it breaks back in, that's just the whale setting up longs to push it back up higher, right? It's actually bullish in that circumstance, So watch this level right here. Key, man. 1 cent. Uno centa. Hola. But yeah, I mean, you are breaking down. So just make sure you're watching Bitcoin too. Because this one's already looks pretty weak against Bitcoin. Never mind, never mind in general, Crypto shock later, bro. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go watch John Wick 2, eat some chips. What chips should I get? Should I get salt and vinegar chips or black Doritos today? Which one should I get? Put it in the chat before I go, man. Black Doritos or salt and vinegar chips? Let me know in the chat right freaking now. Ethereum kind of just chilling at support. Bitcoin kind of actually coming back down again. Dude, are they really just gonna allow these shorts just to FOMO short? Man, the market makers, man, they're crazy right now. They're just gonna let these little Bitcoin shorts just keep piling up here and just FOMO it in and get in. Man, sometimes that's the way the market works, I guess. Right? We'll see. At some point, these mofos, all these mofos right here, will get their stops. I don't know when. Hoping it's now, right? Because I am an ETH long. But shit, man. Are these market makers really going to push it down more? Shit. Doritos? Everyone's saying Doritos. Rod said, we know you're going black. You know what they say, Rod. All right, guys. I'm out of here. Peace. Neither moment on the lips. Neither. Moment on the lips, lifetime on the hips. True, that's very true, Brian. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do. When you watch a movie, you need shit in your mouth. Okay? That's what she said.
Rant alert.
Peace. Catch you later. And enjoy your night, guys. Enjoy your night. All right? See ya. Peace. I've said peace like 18,000 times. Peace. We'll say it one more time. Why not? All right, guys. See ya.